Okay, hello everyone, and in this video, in the Unfiltered Axle Network, I am going to talk about why working 24/7 is a lie, or rather, why it won't bring you success in the way you think it will. Working will always be great, but like everything, it needs balance. And I am going to make a definition because in social media nowadays we usually don't even bother to define exactly what working is. But in this context, I'm going to use it as a working on yourself, including a business that you might have, a body that you might want to build for the gym, anything really that is related to you, that improves you and makes the best, that moves you towards the right direction and makes you a better human being. Or a better you, rather. So, just like the Pavlov's dog experiment, where a dog was trained with a bell to know when there was food, he at some point started ruling just by hearing the sound of the bell. It used to be like for me like that too. I used to just by thinking of the notification, just by seeing a notification, I would jump right on to it and do the work required. But the thing was that I got tricked really. I just tricked my brain into working because I got busy, but it didn't make me productive at all. Because what I did was I did hear the bell. So I think that was something to do. And that was something for me to do and get a reward. Just like the dog thinking that the bell was going to give him food, making him full. I thought that I was going to get, oh yeah, nice notification, I'm going to work and I'm going to get something good of this in the future, something I can, like something financially, to get money. But what I didn't realize was that I, exactly like that dog, as I said and explained, got tricked by the notifications and everything around me to work, even though I didn't have a need to work and do that thing. So really what I did was I was busy but not productive. The amount of work that I did 24/7 was work at most days. Of course, in startups of new things and new projects, I had to spend many hours, but instead of being this self-discipline David Goggins type dude, I just realized that while having discipline is good, I also realized that if I just rearrange my days and use a different system, I can become much more productive without needing to work these hours. Or with working these hours, but making sure that every hour is more productive than what they were used to. Okay, so what is the solution? The problem here isn't really working 24/7, but the problem here is doing something that you aren't interested in, or that you work quantity or quality, just put hours in and you just hear. Because just like everything I said in the beginning, it needs balance. So people just put in quantity instead of quality. They don't realize that they also need to make sure that their hours are productive. They just put in man hours and think that just because they're busy, they're productive. But that doesn't correlate with each other really. Because busy just means that you use all of the time that you get. And being productive means that like working much doesn't mean that you're productive. It's rather the opposite. If you work little but still get much done, then you're productive, because then you find ways to do your tasks in the minimum amount of time required. And that is what's being productive, and that is what you actually want. You don't want to be this dude. Also, the funnest thing. Like, even if you watch something like Andrew Tate or some shit, you will watch him and you will say like that he works every single week an hour. But if you watch like just a snip of his content, you will realize that he also does dumb things. He also has fun. If you just get anger, disappointment, and other negative feelings as your dumbbell, and not only work that is unnecessary, you will for the first thing have work that gets that is unnecessary and isn't in need of. So you just work when it's not necessary. You are just being unproductive. You try to be productive. The second thing is you will correlate the anger issues that you have and like the irritating feeling that is brewing inside of you to be like well in a dog for a love's dog experiment, where it will be like, okay, yeah, now I have to work, but it won't feel nice to work because I did not do it correctly. So, how did I actually fix this problem? Well, it was simple. Instead of having a time scheduled scheme, I started to use task lists only and habit stacking, meaning that just like a lesson in school, if I was done with what I had to do on the lesson, I could go. This was basically the same thing here. If I had, let's say that I have 12 tasks for the day, if I have all of these 12 tasks done, and they are made in a short period amount of time than what I expected, then I won't fill out the time that I expected for something else. Then I will just make sure that the things that I did was of high quality. If it did take that amount of time, no worries. If it did take shorter time, no worries either. Because the work was perfectly made. It was better quality. Because I had time to think through. And if I had done most of the things before the time I thought that it would take, I also had time to reflect on what I just hadn't done. So when I came back with a fresh mind, I could see things that I did wrong. So these two things will change how you live forever. But that was everything from Unfiltered Axel. Have a nice day. Bye.